What is the most important thing in a backspin serve? Making the ball spin. How can we make the ball spin? By brushing the bottom of the ball to generate spin. So how can we brush the bottom of the ball? When we are serving, should we move the upper arm, elbow, and forearm back together and then forward together? Or should we keep the upper arm and elbow fixed and use the forearm to brush forward? Which one do you think it is? That's right, the second one. In the first way, when you open the arm and elbow and hit the ball. That's more like pushing the serve. Serving actually has an order of movements, and only then can you create spin. From point A to point B. Then it's a brushing motion. If we can separate the joints in the hand. When I prepare to serve, I open my forearm. The forearm moves forward first, and at contact the wrist drives the forearm forward. What is this? Accelerated brushing. Brushing requires relaxation and acceleration. If your stroke speed comes from this motion, compared with this other motion, the difference in spin will be huge. I often watch my students serve. They serve like this. There's some spin. But compared with this kind of backspin serve, the spin is much weaker. Whether pen hold or shake hand grip, when we prepare to serve, we need to separate the joints, fix the upper arm, and swing the forearm so the racket speed is faster. The second point, many players serve backspin by going from top to bottom. They serve backspin like this. Backspin from top to bottom. Or backspin from back to front. Which type are you? Which way of using force feels more natural? Serving backspin from top to bottom. Or serving backspin from back to front? Each has its pros and cons. Let me explain. Backspin served from top to bottom has faster speed. Faster and more forceful. But the spin is weaker than from back to front. That one creates more spin. If you want strong spin, you must brush the bottom of the ball from back to front. If you want speed, brush the lower middle of the ball from top to bottom. So the second point is, when you are in a match, we must also consider the mindset in competition. In matches we are usually nervous, and the arm becomes stiff, so when we serve, if you chop down from top to bottom, it can easily go off the table. So Coach Han suggests serving from back to front. The chance of going out of bounds will be much lower. Especially for short serves they are easier to keep short, and for long serves they are easier to add power. This way in a match, you can control the serve short, and avoid sending the ball out due to tension. You can confidently brush with force. So whether with spin or no spin, I always brush from back to front. That's the second point. The third point, how do we make the ball spin? For example, when I serve like this, can the ball come back? Does the ball return? Do you want to learn this? Actually, it's not very useful, it's just a trick. But in a match it can be useful. It's hard for the opponent to flick. Hard to push aggressively, the ball comes back. It's hard for him to borrow power, so when he pushes, he can only send it forward. If he tries to add force and chop down, he's likely to hit the net, so instinctively, for self-protection, he will push forward, and the spin becomes weaker. If you expect this serve to win directly, that's unlikely. But to make his push weak, the chance is very high. Actually, it's very simple. Keep the racket more flat. After you serve, look at the racket head, whether pen hold or shake hand. Use the lower part of the racket. After serving, don't drive it down, let it hook back. Not flat. Tilt the racket upwards. Then the ball comes back. See, with this brushing, the ball comes back. Make it lift up. If I go downward, see, it still moves forward. Actually, it's that simple. If you make me chop downwards, no matter how hard I chop, the ball won't come back. But if I tilt the racket the other way, not with this racket face, the ball easily comes back. With the same brushing motion, brush like this. Serve from this side. If you want strong spin, just keep the racket face tilted downward. This indeed gives more control. This kind of ball is hard to flick and hard to push. The brushing makes it arc back, so the ball must come back. This ball is easy to receive. You just push normally. But it's hard to flick, hard to loop. This especially trains touch. So when we serve long balls like this, to make him mistime the shot, because after bouncing, the ball jumps back. See, my grip isn't like this. It's like this, look. This kind of ball. This spinning ball. When it hits the floor, it immediately jumps back. After landing, it instantly jumps back. So when you serve, don't chop straight downward. That matches his power perfectly. Slightly adjust it. And chop like this. Once it lands, the ball sinks like long pips, shrinking downward. That's why he nets the ball. Serving works the same way. After landing near the baseline, it doesn't bounce forward. So he can't match the power, he can only push. If you chop and it lands right in his backswing zone, he can time it well. So serve long balls like this. Serve like this. Brush with this spin. After bouncing, the ball slides down quickly. This way, it makes it hard for the opponent to use your spin.